Today we are going to talk about the major and minor scales of grade 2 syllabus of the music theory. And before we start talking about the major scales, we can take a look at or do some revision about what means tones and semitones first. And take this octave of piano as a reference. We can see that a semitone is always the smallest distance between any two adjacent notes. For example, obviously between two white keys should be semitone, like E to F and B to C. But also, you can notice that from D to D sharp or from G to G sharp can also be a semitone. So semitone, you can just take any point on the piano and then count the shortest distance. Let's say from F sharp to G, or from A sharp to B, etc. So here are some examples. Let's say the interval between C and C sharp is a semitone, or the interval between A flat is here, to A is a semitone, but A flat to B flat is a tone. Or we can say, because it is enharmonic, we can either say G sharp or A flat is G sharp to A sharp is a tone, or A flat to B flat is a tone. And also F to F sharp, or we say F to G flat, is a semitone. So these are some basic knowledge about semitone and tone. And why is it important? Because when we come to take a look at the major scale, we need to have some basic knowledge about tone and semitone. Let's take the simpler C major scale as a reference. So when we say, I guess most people have played the C major scale, no matter what musical instruments they are playing. And for C major scale, usually it's C to C and covering all the notes without any sharps or flats. So the pattern basically is like this. C to D is a tone. D to E is a tone. E, F is a semitone. And F to G, G, A, B, all are tones and then semitones. So we can see that for actually any major scales follow this pattern. It's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So for any notes in between all major scales following this sequence, this pattern, we say TTS, TTTS. So we can quite easily recognize the similar thing in all major scales. Let's take a look at G major scale as an example. Now we can understand why we need to raise the F to F sharp, because we need to be consistent with the pattern. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. If you take the piano as the reference, sometimes you can even draw a piano out like this for easy reference in case there is no piano beside you, or during a test or exam you cannot look at the piano. So the simplest way is draw like this, and then we can count. G to A is a tone because it's a full step. A to B, and then B to C is a semitone. Again, C, D, D, E is tone, but because we know that we need to make up a tone here, that's why it explains why F needs a sharp, because E to F sharp is a tone. But if we don't raise the F to F sharp, it will only be a semitone. So, and so forth. And then F sharp to G is semitone. So it is consistent with TTS, TTTS for the pattern for all major scales. And then you can also see a similar pattern in D major as well. Again, it's TTS, TTTS. But in this way, you can count yourself on the piano. I just emphasize the semitone first. F sharp to G is semitone, and C sharp to D is semitone. This also explains why D major need two sharps in the scales, F sharp and C sharp, and so forth. And for major with flats, similar pattern also follows. So you can count yourself by drawing out a piano. And we also need to bear in mind how to draw the key signature. For G major is starting from F sharp first, and D major is F sharp, C sharp, with the pattern like this. Is always, for sharp pattern, is always up, down, up, down, up, down, like this. So it's F sharp, and then C sharp, and then G sharp, D sharp, and so forth. But for the flat system, it's the other way around. It's down, up, and so forth. So we are starting from B flat first, and then E flat, and then A flat, and so forth. And bear in mind that no sharps or flats. So we can quickly come to what should be covered in grade 2. And for grade 2, students are expected to know major and minor scales, or major scales first, major scales up to 3 sharps and flats. That means we are expected to know up to E flat major and A major. So we should cover G, D, A major for the sharp systems, and F, B flat, E flat major for the major scales with flats. And interestingly, I'm not sure whether all of you know, we can always memorize the major scales with sharps or flats with a shortcut sentence. So in this way, like this, for the major scales with sharps, we can memorize with one sentence or shortcut formula. Shortcut sentence or shortcut formula. For the major scales with sharps, we can remember this sentence, go down and it prefaced. And then we can always bear in mind that, okay, go down and is the first 3 members. So it means G major, D major, A major is the first 3 majors with sharps. We always take the first letter from the sentence, from the words of the sentence. So it's G, D, A major is the first 3 majors. And then for the flat system, we can use fat or it or day to remember the major scales with flats. So the first 3 members should be F major, B flat major, and E flat major. So this is not difficult. And here are the key signatures. And then when we take a look at the key signatures, we can quite easily recognize which major are them by looking at how many sharps and flats. For example, this one, we have 3 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat. So how to find out which major is this? We can count by flats by it or they, this sentence. Because interestingly, for the major scales with flats, or for the sentence, for the major scales with flats, we usually need to add in the major name with one flat for each name. The first one is F major, but the second one is B flat major. Third one is E flat major, like this. So for major scale with or major name with 3 flats, it should be E flat major. So obviously is this one. And for 2 flats, is the second member in the sentence is B flat. And for the sharp system, we also have one sentence. Always, again, always we take the first letter in each word of the sentence. So it's G major, D major, A major is what we need to know in the grade 2 syllabus. And then, yeah, so this one is one sharp should be G major. So it should be F sharp is related to G major in the key signature. So that's how we should find out. And another example is like this. If we take a look at this one, when we try to put some accidentals in a scale, we also can use the same system by using the shortcut formula or shortcut sentence. So for B flat major, if we remember, is fat boy eat all day should be the sentence we are going to memorize. So fat boy is 2 flats, is BE flat. So we can just write down the accidentals, the flats, in front of the notes. A major is go down and eat breakfast should be the sentence. So N is the third member. There are 3 sharps, F, C, G sharp. So it should be F is here. These 3 sharps should be put in front of the corresponding notes. And so forth. Again, E flat major is fat boy eats. Fat boy eats. The third member is B, A flat. And bear in mind that the first and the last notes always is corresponding to the major name. If it's starting from B flat major, the first and the last note is B flat. E flat major, first and last notes should be E flat. And A major, first and last note should be A, and so forth. So to conclude, to memorize the major scales with different sharps of flats, there are only 2 important sentences we need to memorize. Is this one for sharps, and if we only need to deal with the first 3 members, so it's these 3 with sharps. And for the flat system, is fat boy eat all day. Again, we take the first letter, but this one we need to bear in mind is F major, but N is B flat major and E flat major. And again, if we need to deal with the first 3, then yes, F major, B flat major, E flat major with flats. And how to memorize the sequence of sharps and flats? There is again another shortcut sentence. what we call an F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So it's quite simple. If we are going for the sharp sequence, we count from left to right. If major with one sharp is F sharp, major with two sharp is F C sharp, major with three sharps is F C G sharp. But for the flat system, we go the other way around, starting from right to left. For major with one flat is B flat. For B flat major, there are two flats, is B E flat. For major with three flats is B E A flat. So E flat major has three flats, is B E A flat. And that's some tricks for memorizing. And the last two examples can be about major. We can try write different scales with accidentals for different majors. Let's say if we are trying, let's take G major as an example. If we take a triple clef, and then we can first write one octave first, notes for one octave first, G to G. But just bear in mind, is major with sharps, we start from the sentence, go down and eat breakfast. And go down and eat breakfast, go is the first member. It means we get the first sharp is F sharp. So it's here, F sharp. And then, because there are no other F here, this is the only sharp we get in this scale. And let's try another one. If it is not G, now it's A major. And now we start from A. And then for A, go down and three sharps is F, C, G sharp. So we need to write down three sharps in this scale. There should be altogether three sharps, and so forth. And let's take another example. Let's say we try B flat major now, and we are not using the triple clef, but we are using the bass clef. Now, either we can do it in an ascending order or descending order of the scale. If we start from a descending scale, B to B again, one octave, and then B flat. We use another sentence, is fat boy eat all day. Boy is the second member. So there are two flats, but for flats, we count in another direction. So it should be B flat and E flat. So we have this one, B flat, E flat, because the last note is also B. So we need to write down the flat in front of the notes. And the last one, we can try, let's say, E flat major. But ascending order for a bass clef. Again, E to E. So three flats, because fat boy eats is the third member. Three flats, we count to left for the accidentals order. So it's B A flats. So B is here, E is here, the first and last, and then A is here. So altogether, basically there are three flats only in the major scales, but in a key signature. But when we write in a scale, we need to bear in mind whether the first and last note need to add one more. So in another case, if the question is asking accidentals to be written on the notes directly, but we need to write the key signature. Then in this case, we only need to write once the key signature at the front. But then for the notes afterwards, we don't need to add any accidentals in front of the corresponding notes, unless any accidentals outside this key signature. So for the B here, E here, and the A here is corresponding to all these three flags. And lastly, we can always try using the staff to practice how to write the corresponding key signature. Let's say randomly G major for triple and bass clef is F sharp. Then D major, if we want to write key signature of D major, go down 2 sharps, second member, F C sharp. And then A major is F C G, so forth. In this way, we can practice how to write accurately on either the line or exactly on a space, because this counts a lot. If the position is not accurate, then it's totally another note. Again, for E flat major is like this, but we need to bear in mind the sequence is different. Before the position is up, down, but now for the flat is down, up, like this. And for B flat major is 2 flats. For F major is 1 flat, and so forth. So we will talk about the minor scales in the next video. And for this one, it's mainly about the major scales we need to know in grade 2. And that's all for this part.